Hey everybody, welcome back to Trinity Dairy. Whoa, I almost fell. Icy here. Don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, check out our merch store. We'll have a link down below in the description. It's beautiful out today. Actually, it's pretty warm, melting. It's March 6th today, so it's getting the time of year to start warming up. We were supposed to have gotten a big storm over the weekend, but it kind of sounded like it went south of us. We got a little bit of freezing drizzle and then about an inch of snow, so that was a lot less than what we were supposed to get. But anyway, it's warm enough today. The cows are going to go out for a while, so we're going to fire up the skid steer here and put some hay out for them, and we'll let them out and let them stretch a little bit. Also wanted to show off my new hat. I actually got this a little while ago from IP Farms. I want to thank him for that, and if you get a chance, if you haven't done so, go check out his channel on YouTube there. He's got some pretty cool stuff, so get over there and tell him Trinity Dairy sent you. We'll get this. I got to fire up this old Gehl and move that and get the other one out of here. Got that one plugged in, but it probably would have started today anyway. Right up. Now this old timer. Yeah, with the warm weather we've been having and then that little bit of rain, that melted snow underneath, it's slippery. Got to really be careful. Get out in the pasture and stuff, it's not so bad, but on the roads, driveways, and the walking paths, it's really slippery. Hey everybody, welcome back. It's the next day now, March 7th, 2022. It's nice out, beautiful. It's over 30 degrees, sun shining. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We are going to head up that silo and start getting that opened up. That's got corn silage in it yet. That's actually corn silage from the fall of 2020. So it's, well, it's not 2 years old, but it would be this fall. I was going to open it up this last fall, but I wanted to get into that bag we had because I knew if I didn't get that opened up, the turkeys and deer were going to tear into it. And I didn't have enough dry cows and heifers at the time to keep it fresh because it was still warm. So anyway, now there's enough of that left of the bag that I can keep feeding my dry cows and young stock. And I'm going to open this silo up. This is actually a lot better quality silage than what we made this last fall. So that'll be just going for the milk cows then. So, but I don't know. I haven't been up there since we filled it. So I'm sure it has settled a fair bit. There's going to be some spoilage. I don't know how much. Realistically, once it's kind of sealed itself off, it shouldn't keep molding, you know. But we'll see. There's going to be, I know there's going to be some. There always is, unless you start feeding out of them right away. But this one, I did have a plastic cap on it too, so if that stayed in place, it shouldn't be too bad. But we are going to head up there and see where we're at. I got my trusty dust mask on because I'm probably going to need that if I start stirring that around. So I'm going to get this on and we'll head up. Well, we made it. Looks like my plastic cover is still in place. Settled about 3 doors because it was full to the top if I remember right. So this silo is a 12-foot diameter And it's about, oh, there we go. It's about 50 feet. It's built into the hill, so there's about 10 feet below the hill, and there's 40 feet of stave above. So I am going to see if I can move some of this dried stuff around and peel this plastic back. Well, I have to say, on first look, it doesn't look too bad. It's settled down a lot more around the edges. That's all that white stuff is ice and frost. And then this dark stuff, that's some mold. But I don't know, this stuff in the middle here, that looks really nice. A little bit of mold there. Can't really tell till we get a pitchfork in it, but I'm gonna get this, see if I can get this plastic down and all this dry stuff down. And then I don't have any help here right now. I don't want to push too much down without somebody down there, because if I fill it up too full, then I can't get out of here. So, but get this plastic down anyway, and we'll go from there. All right, well, I got that down. There's, like I said, I got spoilage around this side by the doors. Probably a little bit more. That's kind of common because the doors are there. But I think majority of this center, the way it looks up here, that looks all real good. So when I got help tomorrow, I'll have somebody down below running wheelbarrows, and I'll pitch most of this moldy stuff out, whatever I can get. We'll haul that out, level off the good stuff, and then we'll set this bad boy down. This is a Van Dale unloader. It's like the one I got in the other silo. This one's a lot older, and obviously not as fancy, but it still works pretty just as good. So get that set down and start feeding out of here. Hopefully tomorrow or the next day, maybe, depending on how this goes, getting this stuff out of here. But I'm going to climb down now and get that plastic rolled up, throw that away, and then we'll see what we got tomorrow. Made it back down, got myself cleaned up a little bit. Here's the pile, just what I threw down. Here's that plastic cover and some of that stuff, probably a couple wheelbarrow loads there. So get that out of there probably tonight, and got a couple other things to do now. Get that out of there, and then tomorrow I'll see if I can get a wheelbarrow operator and get the rest of that out. But that's a little bit of a tour. I'll probably get people saying that, oh, you should just use bags, don't mess with them upright silos. And this is, I'll admit, this is kind of a pain when you gotta open them, or wintertime keep them chiseled out or whatever, but they make good feed. And not that a bag doesn't, but around here, if I would have had that silage sitting that long in a bag, there would have been more deer and turkeys and rats and everything else dug into that bag than half the bag would have been moldy. So this way we'll take a little mold off the top, and the rest will be good as new, probably better than when it was put in there. So anyway, I'm gonna get some stuff moved around and get chores started here. All right, we're back in the barn again. Working on the silo here. I got the silo room all cleaned out from, took that cap off and pitched all that dry, moldy stuff down. Got my trusty silage fork on the rope there, so we'll climb up and see what we can find. All right, well, here we are. I pitched a little bit out there where the doors kind of were. That's probably the worst spot. Some of it's kind of caramelized, so that stuff, caramelized stuff, I think cows, they'll eat it all right, but it doesn't have a lot of value in it. And then I do have a product our feed company sells. It's called Appetite. You can mix that in if you got feed you're worried it's got some mold in it. Binds the mold, helps it pass through the cow so it doesn't hurt the cow. So then once I get this going, the first few days or maybe a week probably of feeding out of it, I'll mix that in with the feed to bind up anything that's in there once we get down to good silage. But we'll get the bulk of it out of here anyway. I got quite a bit taken down. A little bit deeper than I thought here in a couple of these spots. I suppose because it settled so much along the walls. That's kind of the trouble. Usually your lighter stuff goes to the edge and then it settles more, but still I had figured it was going to be that deep all the way across the silo. So still a lot better than I figured, but a lot of this around this edge I'm going to have to get a bar or my pickaxe up here and break. It's got a pretty frozen crust on it, but I think what I'm going to do, since this stuff in the middle is good, I'll probably go down and clean out what I've thrown down so far, get the room cleaned out, and then I'll pitch down some good stuff here and we can start feeding so this good stuff doesn't start to spoil before I get the other stuff cleaned out of here. But I'm going to pitch a little bit more of this down and then I'll go down and get that cleaned out, and we'll probably, I think that's going to be the plan, is then I'll come up and pitch out some of this good stuff and start feeding that. Then I can get into this spot more too, and just to make sure. I've had that happen sometimes where you'll get good stuff on the top and you go down a foot or so and there'll be like a small layer of white mold in there. So this way I can get down there too and make sure that it's all clean. But anyway, I'm going to pitch a little more out here and then I'll head down. Hey everybody, welcome back. It's March 14th. It's been a few days since I last got some video. Been still messing with this silo a little bit. Neighbor kid Tommy come over and helped me. I didn't take any more video. I had actually forgot my camera up there. And when I got up there, it had been so cold the battery was dead. But we hauled out a bunch of the moldy stuff. And then it got to the point I had such a big pile in the middle that was good silage. It was too hard for me to get around it, so I took a couple days, 2 or 3 days, and I just forked that good stuff out of the middle and fed that. Been feeding that out of here. I've been mixing it with my other silage right now, kind of getting the cows used to it because it was a little bit different taste to it, but they've been eating it good. So anyway, he came today. We emptied some more out of the silo, some of the moldy stuff. All I got left up there now, there's a ring around about half the silo that's frozen to the wall, but it's supposed to be in the 50s this week, so I don't think a couple days that should be thawed out and I can get that out of there. But everything else is good up there, so I would say in a couple days we'll have get that unloader set up. The mold up there was about probably a foot away from the wall, maybe a little more than a foot around the top, and probably about 2.5 feet deep, but then it kind of tapered to the wall. So I don't think it was any more, because it's been just about 2 years. I don't think there's any more mold than I would normally have. So anyway, we piled it out here just because it was easier than dumping in the skid steer. Now Justin's just hauling it out of the barnyard here. I can't get out in the field with the spreader yet, so Justin's in there. He's the big skid steer operator today. Doing a pretty good job too. How's it going, Justin?
Good.
Dumping okay over there?
Yeah.
You want me to clean this up a little bit? It's getting hard for you to scrape it up?
Yeah, it's getting hard for me to scrape.
Alright, why don't you go over and take a little bit more out of there?
Okay.
And we should get another bucket full and then I'll scrape up the rest. That's good. Justin, you don't have to raise it that high. Set it down some. Some more. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, now tip it down. There you go. There you got a load. All right, made it up in here. That's the stuff there that was frozen. And it goes down. This is about the bottom of it here. Turns to good stuff then, so. But like I said, I broke this chunk off the other day. And it was, I couldn't get it really any, excuse me, any smaller than that, but it's starting to soften up pretty good now. So like I said, I think tomorrow we can get that out of there, get that thing dropped down and get that fired up. But anyway, for now I'm going to get this pitched down and go from there. Alright, I think that's enough down. If I'm a little bit short, I can nab some out of the bag. I'll head down now and load it up with skid steer and into the wagon. There we go, there's our pile. That should be plenty. Stuff is really starting to look nice. It was a little bit dark at first, it was kind of caramelized, but really getting a nice golden color to it now. cover on, try to keep the deer out of here. Smells good. Another load.
Didn't know I washing my bake off?
Huh.
It's all dirty.
Oh, okay.